The career of project manager is really interesting. Um, it is a career. It's a chosen career. You started by accident. We all started that way, right? Our director or supervisor said, "Hey Tim, um, can you just oversee this work for me? It's not going to take too long, just watch the team, answer questions, handle emails, and then tell me if you have any problems. Congratulations, you're now a project manager." Yes, it's oops. It's been called the accidental career in many, many, many environments. You get into this, and then all of a sudden you find out you're really good at it. You're good at Excel. You're good at communicating. You're good at working with people. You're good at you're good at time management. And all of these things together, you can tie well together, and that makes you a project manager. Yeah, project manager it can be a job title. You can have a job title inside of a company as project manager, but that doesn't make you one. You can actually be assigned a project. Boom, you're a project manager. Well, sort of. You have the authority of a project manager. But the real project management and project manager is a group of tasks. It's a role. And it's a group of tasks that you do together to achieve something, to get something done within a certain amount of time that's never been done before, and do it in a manner that you can control to a specific level so that what people are expecting they want can get done. So it's more of a group of tasks than a title and assignment. Now, businesses like project management for a specific reason. It's controlled change. When I say control, it's the ability to control the schedule to a certain extent, right? Things change, of course, you're going to have to worry about that, but you can control the schedule to a certain extent, move things around, move people around, move tasks around. You can also control budgets to a certain extent if you have to. You can actually even control to a certain extent the work and the way work is done. If your team finds something that never done before that works really well, better than what's in your plan, why not adopt it? And that's what a project manager does. They don't do the work. They ensure that the changes that apply make things better and keep the project from failing. And that's where the project manager's role is. Now, a project manager generally doesn't have to have the skills that are required to do the work. Project manager has the control skills and has the authority to ensure that the work gets done. That's where the project manager resides. So that's why businesses like it. Now, right? You have to set aside a person to do this work, but the benefits are very, very visible and valuable when it works well. Um, Companies use this when they have 1 million, 10 million, 20 million and above projects, right? They also have it when they have critical projects that are 2 to 4 week long and don't have a direct budget. When they're critical, they always assign somebody to oversee the work. And if you know how to do this well, if you know something like the industry standard that the PMP credential is about, the project management body of knowledge, then you can do it well. You have a set of tools that you're expert on, right? It can also be an entry level into management. The topics you study in preparing for the PMP credential are the same topics that are studied in business school. Now, you're not asked to understand them to the certain level of detail that your undergraduate and graduate business degrees are, but you have to understand how to implement these tools and skills. So it's pretty rigorous if you've never been introduced to business classes before. You'll study things like, as I mentioned, how do I manage a schedule? How do I manage a budget? How do I lead and direct people? How do I manage risk and quality? So you're running, in effect, a small piece of business when you're running a project. You're supporting the best decision making for that community of people that are doing this change inside of a company. And that's why companies like it. It has that direct control. Now, because you're building skills, this can be an open door into general business management. If you're really good at projects, people are going to notice and they're going to want to take advantage of that. The one rule of business is if something works really well, you want to scale it. And so a lot of times project managers get moved up and out into general business just for this. Now, project management is not just entry level management. It may seem so to many of us, right? We don't have a lot of authority and we have a lot of accountability, so we have to influence and we have to motivate and we have to do all these leadership things without having power around us. And so we have to learn very quickly how to get things done through people. And so our people skills develop very, very quickly in the first 3 to 5 years of being a project manager, but they never stop. Executive managers, however, generally have been managers of people for 10 to 15 years. So they're experts at working with and through people. Not only that, but experts own the strategy and they own the alignment of the business to the strategy. But doesn't that what a project manager does also? Yeah, that's exactly what a project manager does inside of a project. Like I said, a project is nothing more than a small community of business. And to all extents, a project manager is learning executive skills. They have to motivate and influence early on, and they have to do it well. They have to understand how business works, or they're not going to be able to integrate the project into the business environment. They have to have executive discussions. They have to be able to talk to people like sponsors, the people with the budget and the decisions to spend money. They have to talk to the people inside the company. So they have to learn how executives think and they interact. And so it's not just an entry point into general business as an entry level manager. It's an opportunity to be in and around executives. Not so you can become an executive within 2 or 3 years, but so you can actually start your networking and build a network and create relationships and create a community around you called trusted advisors that who will in time help as you migrate not just into management, but into executive management as well.